Let's do it.
Yeah.
The Wowometer.
Yeah.
And we begin with Caleb Williams, Chris Becker. As a Bears fan, I was wowed by the highlight plays from Caleb. But we still saw 3 straight 3-and-outs to start the game. Do you have a sense of what went wrong to start?
Yeah, I do. I was watching closely. But first off, you got to remember early on preseason, the teams are trying not to be too creative. I certainly don't get the sense that Chicago is game planning stuff or anything like that. They ran a few basic plays early on, and the D they were all over it, right? I think that's really all I would say. I didn't look at it and go, oh, man, Caleb's making bad reads and oh, man, this guy's open and he missed the throw. Like, it wasn't like that, right? Yeah. There was one play where I would say Caleb Williams in the 2 games, he was kind of moving in the pocket, and he probably had time to set up and just throw it in there. And he kind of was, like, on the move, and it looked like he almost tripped a little bit, and he tried to throw it with his feet all cockeyed and whatever else, and he missed Rome Odunze, like, on the left sideline. But other than that, I just went, hey, it's basic offense, it's preseason football, and they didn't execute the way they should. Was it perfect there early on? No, it was not. I get that the 3-and-outs and not getting anything going, but here's the encouraging thing about it, right? And different from other guys. First off, they're coming out throwing one way or another, which tells you, hey, not only are they building this guy up and they want him to take over, but I think it also shows their trust in him a little bit. Here's the other thing I think that's positive to take away from this. What was the talk about Caleb Williams coming in to the NFL, other than his pink nails? I mean, because that blew half the NFL's heads off right there.
Yeah.
The quarterback could have pink nails.
Yeah.
But, right, was the turnovers. To me, that was the other, too careless, a little too Mahomesy and looking for the big plays at time, right? All that. That, to me, was encouraging in the game. Cincinnati, they weren't playing their starters, but they had a lot of good high-level backups in. There were still some secondary players that are very good in there, right? I thought the positive thing was that he didn't force anything or try to, oh, man, I'm my first game in front of the home fans, right? And I need to make something happen. I'm impatient. We went 3-and-out, 2 in a row, so let me make something happen now. And he continued to be consistent and patient, and that's going to serve him well because I think this Bears team, it does have a great defense. He doesn't need to make big plays. But on the wow meter, I mean, when he gets going and does things, it's a 9. It's a 10 on the wow meter. I mean, he's out Mahomesing Mahomes as a rookie. I mean, not even Mahomes is doing this in his first preseason game. See, it shows you the evolution of Mahomes and what he does for a kid who's growing up and watching it and doing this, right? But, yeah. I mean, if that's not the closest thing you've seen to Mahomes, then I don't know what is, right? As far as whether it's the running to the left, big throw down the left sideline to Odunze, right? The scramble, absolute laser beam into the back of the end zone where Odunze just kind of lost track of where he was. And then to follow it up the next play with the whirl out, stop, go back the other way. Oh, wait, he's going to make a throw. Oh, throw it. Oh, he ran in. I mean, again, he's got great feel. He's got great ability. Yeah, we know there's some nuance and polish that got to continue to get better.
Yeah.
Question there. But regardless, how could you not be impressed during the 2 starts? First one, he was a little more surgical with a lot of wow. This one wasn't as surgical, but even more wow. And to me, my thoughts. The game, for the most part right now, is about wow and changing field position with big plays and touchdowns off of big plays and all that. And, man, I like what I see a lot from Caleb Williams.
His escapability is Mahomesian
Yes.
because it doesn't look like – he doesn't look like the fastest guy. He's not a Kyler Murray out there. He's not a Justin Fields.
Right.
But no one can tackle him. And you saw it in college, and now you're seeing it already in the pros in the preseason. And I do think that it's funny you bring up that point, the wow. This is the wow-o-meter.
Yeah.
Consistency is obviously important, right? You want to be consistent. You don't want to make those mistakes. But are you looking for in the preseason, for quarterbacks especially, like plays that he can make that other people cannot make?
Yes.
And if you're going to make mistakes, it's best to make them now in the preseason anyway, when you can still learn from them.
Yeah, you don't want to make mistakes. You get that. But, yeah, I want to see – some specialness. What are we going to expect? How are you going to be able to change the dynamic of a game with your ability? Let alone, to me, what's even more important is how the games are called. And see, this is 2 weeks in a row where you can really tell, like,
they trust him.
They trust him. He's the starting quarterback. There's not training wheels on, right? I mean, I know there is to a degree, but not what you would see from a normal rookie, I guess is what I'm saying.
They don't think he'll look bad.
I don't think so. To me, it looks like they're developing and going, wait, we feel like we could put a lot on this kid's plate here early on in the year. We don't have to, like, run the ball on first, run the ball on second, hopefully get a first down on third down, but if not, we're going to punt and play that game. They kind of have more of the sense here through 2 games from what I've seen is like, no, they expect to attack, right? And again, I think this was a good test for them. Again, I know it wasn't the starters for the Bengals, but there's still some good players out there. They do some things that are creative, the Bengals, on the defensive side of the ball. It was a little choppy to start, but as we saw as the game went on, he made some plays, and I'm just excited for Caleb Williams overall.
Matt King says, wow-o-meter to Mr. Williams. Dude is special. He goes, wondering what the pecking order will be between DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, and Rome Odunze. I think Odunze overtakes Allen pretty quick due to his chemistry with Caleb.
I wouldn't be shocked by that. There's no question DJ Moore, right, is the guy. That's we know for sure. He will be the featured guy because DJ Moore is got a skill set that the other two don't. DJ Moore's the guy. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to hit your computer.
First time's okay. Second time, you're gonna have to pay for that.
I'm in big trouble. I know. So, but like DJ Moore, you always hear me talk about him and wax poetically. He's a guy that can catch a screen pass and run for 70, or just beat you with pure speed right over the top for a 70-yard bomb. So they will feature him. But now you got 2 other guys who can. Hey, Odunze can certainly stretch the field. Mm-hmm. He's almost a tweener between DJ Moore and Keenan Allen. It's like he's got a lot of Keenan Allen in him, but he's got a little bit more maybe verticality and speed that way. And they'll find the right mix there. But, I think if that O-line can play the way it kind of looked at the end of the year last year and do that with DeAndre Swift, the running back, and the tight ends, I think this Bears team, I said this today to Florio, if you, I know this isn't but if you made me pick a team who could be the Houston Texans of last year, and a quarterback that can maybe do what C.J. Stroud did to a degree, and that's high, praise we're talking about.
Yeah,
it would be this group right here. I think it's set up with the talent around them. The defense is damn good, and of course the player himself, I think, is super talented too.
Yeah, and it's for them. It's right. They got this excitement around Caleb Williams, but they also Eberflus, and you noted this in your comments.
Thank you for leading me there.
He knows that this is a year for him.
They're exactly. This could be it. Right? And I really saw him take control of his football team at the halfway point last year. And I get that feeling again, this year. There's real urgency there. They played a lot of starters on both sides of the ball, right? He knows his ass is on the line. He knows he's in a good division, right? We'll talk about it like we talked about with the Chiefs. He knows he can't around in September going, well, we'll try to figure out who we are here the first 3 or 4 games. The season could be over by that point where you're like, oh, no, we're way behind the 8 ball in the playoff chase. So I like their approach so far, and they do seem like an organization with urgency and some hunger.
Not
and
as much
belief.
They definitely have belief.
Yeah. Yo, what's up? Thanks for watching, homies. You know it's the off season, but there's no off season with Chris Simms Unbuttoned. It's the NFL. It goes all year around. All right, so hit subscribe, please, to hear my thoughts on your favorite team, your favorite quarterback, and hey, how this season might unfold as we get ready for the 2024 season. We got a better picture, clearer look now that the draft is over, free agency. We know who's playing quarterback for certain teams. So again, thanks for watching, and remember to subscribe. Peace out, homies. Check you out soon.